A mother faces manslaughter charges because her 2-year-old son accidentally shot and killed his own father. So sad. Let's put up a picture of the mother. This is sad all the way around. This is Marie Ayala, 28 years of age. This is the mother who has been charged. Let's go to Reggie Mabry. Reggie was the father who was shot and killed while playing video games. The parents had already been on probation for child neglect and narcotics possession. He's dead, she's in jail, and there's a 2-year-old young child without either of his parents. Investigators originally believed that the shooting was a suicide. They thought he killed himself, but later determined that he was actually shot in the back. Ayala acknowledged that the firearm, a Glock handgun, was typically stored in a backpack that hung on a nail about 3 feet off the ground. That's it. That was the security measure. The affidavit states, Ayala told detectives that her 5-year-old son told her that his 2-year-old brother had fired the gun, but the older brother could not explain how his younger brother had gotten hold of the weapon, the arrest report stated. There could be another story there that we don't know. Investigators determined that both parents, who are both convicted felons, left an illegal firearm in a room where it was easily accessible to children. Now let me say this. I don't care that they are convicted felons. I don't care that they've had some issues with law enforcement. I care deeply about the fact that they did not care to secure the firearm. I care about that. He should be alive, but negligence, criminal negligence led to this. You know, the 2-year-old could be dead. The 5-year-old could be dead. Ayala has been charged with manslaughter for culpable negligence, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon in violation of probation. She is currently in custody in the Orange County Jail. You know, we have this extreme gun culture in America. That gun culture permeates in all aspects of American life. You cannot get comfortable around guns. I don't care who you are. And if you have children, you need to make sure that everything you do is in the protection of those children, even if you have a gun. This is not the first case. Unfortunately, it will not be the last. In this case, the mother is being criminally prosecuted. We have seen other cases where children got access to guns. I reported on one just 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was in the parking lot of a Walmart. And law enforcement, they were questioning if the parent should be charged at all, even though they left a gun unsecured. Well, in that case, the parents were white, okay? You see the bias play out even in extreme situations like this. Bottom line, you leave your gun unsecured, your child gets hold of it, something bad happens, you need to be held criminally responsible. Adrienne, thoughts here?
Yeah, I was immediately thinking about the essentially the differential in the prosecutions that go on here, because we've heard plenty of stories where white parents accidentally leave a gun somewhere, someone gets shot, they died, so on and so forth. And the thought is, oh, the family has suffered enough, let's not prosecute. But when the people are black or brown, it's no, we need to be holding people accountable so this doesn't happen again. And as a result, you have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old who are now probably in the system, and it just continues to be cyclical. There is so much of a disparity and differential in prosecutorial discretion and how it's exercised, and it's really feeding off of our gun culture. It's just so incredibly sad to see this play out the way that it did, but then also to know that nobody's gonna win at the end of the day except for the white male patriarchy that is the system.